Merit Merchant Navy officer murder accused parents say daughter not fit for society, Saurabh was a good man. The parents of Muskan Rastogi, accused of murdering a merchant Navy officer in Uttar Pradesh's Merit, have expressed their anger over the alleged crime and demanded the death penalty for their daughter and the other co-accused. On March 20th, Israel's military intercepted a missile fired from Yemen as tensions with Iran-backed Houthi militants escalated. Sirens were heard in multiple areas of Israel, including Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, following the launch. While the Houthis have not claimed responsibility for the strike, they remain
On March
undeterred by
20th,
recent U.S.
Israel's
airstrikes
military
and have promised to
intercepted a
intensify
missile
their
fired
attacks,
from Yemen as
including those
tensions
aimed at
with
Israel,
Iran-backed
in
Houthi
retaliation
militants
for the U.S.
escalated.
actions. Question: considering the fact that the United States is pulling out of organizations like WHO and the Paris Agreement, do you think they're trying to establish a new world order? And if yes, what role can India play, being the leader of Global Summit?
If your question is what the US is doing, you should ask the Americans, not me. If you ask me what we should be doing, I mean, we should be doing many things, including engaging the Americans and engaging the global south. You know, our strategy is pretty, I mean, it's been discussed in other sessions, it's pretty obvious. But our effort is really to really maximize our options to, since I'm on a business panel, to increase our turnover, to improve our technology, and you know, we are on a strong growth trajectory. And as a business, you know, as a country which has decades of growth ahead, that's what we should be planning for. Now, different countries will make decisions, you know, that's their prerogative. We have to factor it in while making our calculation. I can't tell some other country that don't do this because it's not convenient to me. That's their call, not mine.
U.S. President Donald Trump released material related to the 1963 assassination of former President John F. Kennedy on March 19, seeking to honor his campaign promise to provide more transparency about the shock event in Texas. Initial tranche of electronic copies of papers flooded into the National Archives website, opens new tab in the evening with a total of more than 80,000 expected to be published after Justice Department lawyers spent hours scouring them. Release is nonetheless likely to intrigue people who have long been fascinated with the dramatic period in history, with the assassination and with Kennedy himself. Many of the documents reflected the work by investigators to learn more about assassin Lee Harvey Oswald's time in the Soviet Union and track his movements in the months leading up to Kennedy's assassination in Dallas on November 22, 1963. An initial review of the papers did not show deviations from the central narrative.
President Vladimir Putin told Russian business leaders on Tuesday, March 18, not to count on fully free trade or movement of capital being restored in the event of Western sanctions on Russia being eased. Our competitors will always want to weaken and contain us, Putin told a meeting with Russian businessmen. Putin humiliates Trump, keeps US president waiting for over an hour. Internet says brutal. On latest strikes against Hamas, Israeli ambassador to India, Reuven Azar, says diplomacy has failed. The Americans have put forward several proposals for the continuation of the ceasefire. Israel accepted them, but Hamas refused them. We are determined to create a situation in which we bring all our hostages back and get rid of the Hamas government in the Gaza Strip. If Hamas refuses to renounce power and continues to hold the hostages and continues to refuse the proposals of the United States, they are going to pay the price. NASA astronauts Nick Hague, Suni Williams, and Butch Wilmore, and Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Gorbunov have successfully splashed down in the Gulf of America, off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida, at 5:57 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Hague and Gorbunov have been at the International Space Station since September 29, 2024, while Williams and Wilmore arrived on June 6. This completes a stay in space of 171 days for Hague and Gorbunov, and 286 days for Williams and Wilmore. Teams on the SpaceX recovery ship, including 2 fast boats, are securing Dragon and ensuring the spacecraft is safe for recovery. The Nagpur conducted flag march at the violence-affected areas in Maharashtra's Nagpur on March 18, 2025. Violence erupted in Nagpur's Hansapuri area as unidentified individuals vandalized shops, torched vehicles, and pelted stones on March 17. Following the violence, a curfew was imposed in multiple areas of Nagpur city under Section 163 of BNSS, on tensions over the demand to remove Aurangzeb's grave. In the early hours of Tuesday, March 18th, explosions rang out across Gaza City as Israel's military launched strikes on Hamas targets in the region. Footage obtained by Reuters showed bright flashes lighting up the night sky. According to the Palestinian Civil Emergency Service, Israeli airstrikes killed at least 15 people. Nepal's parliament witnessed a heated clash between ruling and opposition lawmakers over monarchy restoration. CPN-UML's Raghuji Panta defended the federal system, claiming citizens' income tripled since 2008, and dismissed monarchy restoration. RPP's Gyan Bahadur Shahi opposed him, stressing careful parliamentary discourse. The debate reflects Nepal's deep political divide between Republicans and pro-monarchists. Meanwhile, thousands rallied in Kathmandu on March 9 to welcome ex-King Gyanendra Shah.